it was, life is not a straight line, Cricket. And I always tell people to walk through doors that open for them. I went to college as a biology major. I was always involved in theater. The problem was when I was in the theater, I should have been in the lab. And when I was in the lab, I wanted to be in theater. I was really good at dissecting, but hated killing. Wow. I went up for an interview and I said yes before I could say no. The word yes came out of my mouth from the news director. This is the way he called, Cricket. He called and he said, "Hey, babe, you want to give it a whirl?" And I lived on peanut butter and cheese crackers for a year and a half.
Oh my God.
And I had radio before that, and then I came here, and I thought, but that's the start. That's how it started.
So the news never sleeps. Is that a true statement?
Yes. Very true.
Do you ever find yourself finding your own stories?
Always.
Right.
So I would say in health, I enterprise probably 98% of what I do.
So what advice would you give to a future journalist?
I think you've got to decide what you want to do. I don't argue against tasting. Life's a smorgasbord. But at some point, pick a track that you think you want to follow. But more important than that, read everything. Ask about everything. The more you know, the more powerful you are, the more empowered you are to go and do an interview. The more interesting you are to be an interviewer. And you're bringing more to the table for a prospective employer. To get out of college, everybody has a lovely blade of grass on the lawn. So how am I going to see you? What will define you in that beautiful bed of green? You've got to determine that. So what are you bringing to the table?
Right.
But life is not always roses and daisies.
Exactly. And how do you handle that when you have to report on tragic or awful news?
I contend we all have a little switch.
Mm-hmm.
And the key is to keep it in the middle so that you can feel the emotion of the moment, but that it doesn't overcome you.
Right.
If it's too far open, then you become unable to see the story that you have to report. If it's too far closed, then you don't bring the humanity.
Right.
It's a dance. Yeah. You meet the most incredible people in the worst of circumstances, and the grace that they display is awe-inspiring. You have to be very cautious. And that's the other thing they never teach you in school, is that, you say, oh, I want to be a reporter, and I want to be an anchor, and why? You lose your anonymity.
Right.
And that will change how you deal with the world around you, and changes how the world around you deals with you. On some level, I knew that news was probably going to be my ticket. In a way, I'll tell you a cute story. So the head of our department, and I said, I went to Oswego, wanted to know why I was taking the comm program. And I'm like, well, it's a real career. And he looked at me like, are you nuts? And I said, well, compared to what else I would be doing, because if I did theater, that's so much less stable.
Right.
But every day in this business could be your last. With all the mergers, the amount of money that TV stations make nowadays is considerably less because the audience is parceled out. There's so many ways other than on the box.
Thank you so much for your time, and I really, really appreciate your expertise.
Well, you're very welcome. All best to you. Let me know how things turn out.